Good day, Ranger Guild, and welcome to Interviews with PokeTubers. Today we have a man of proud Scottish heritage. He doesn't only do Pokemon content, but he is a wonderful content creator. It's Angus, a.k.a. ScottishBrah.
Hello, hello.
So, first question, Angus, I have for you is, it's a pretty popular question. It's asked what your favorite Pokemon is, but I like to see who you give your gold, silver, and bronze medals to.
Oh God. I, I go through phases where I change my favorite Pokemon based on small things. So over the last kind of year and a bit, it's been because of free for alls. So at the moment, I think my favorite right now is Comfey, because for those that haven't seen it, I did the first roulette free for all I did for Sun and Moon on Hoodlums Crafty's channel. I drafted a Comfey, and it was disgusting. So I love that. Silver medal is going to go to Finneon because before Comfey, that was my favorite Pokemon. Again, from a free for all. Speed control Finneon, Icy Wind and Tailwind, that surprisingly is very good.
Nice.
And then from a bronze medal, I don't know. Recently, I've been kind of in love with Parasect. I think because after the NBL, we drafted
Parasect.
Yeah, he's seen some stuff. We drafted Parasect, and we didn't use him really much until the last battle against Team Dreamball, Marcus Statter and Wolf Glick, and it put in work. So since then, I've just kind of like, I love this little crab mushroom thing. So yeah, I'll give gold to Comfey, silver to Finneon, and then bronze to Parasect.
Very nice selection. So on the flip side, is there a Pokemon that you really hate, dislike, or want removed from the franchise?
Oh God, I couldn't really. It's a difficult one because I don't hate any Pokemon. There's no Pokemon that I can look at and just go, I don't like that whatsoever. I could probably only go off of the most annoying that I find to deal with.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say Zubat. Just Gen 1 woes.
Yeah, Rock Tunnel and all that.
Yeah, no, not fun.
Bad memories.
Yep.
Flashbacks coming through. So, who is your favorite YouTuber to watch, whether it be in the Pokemon community or just in general?
So there's a YouTuber that I've been watching for quite some time, since from when I was quite young, and I still watch him to this day, and that's Jesse Cox.
Mm-hmm.
Frequently appears on the Co-optional podcast with Total Biscuit and Dodger. He does Let's Plays. He's running his own channel. He's not with any network. He's a very, very funny man, very, very talented, and he makes some pretty damn good content. He can literally play anything, and it'll be very funny. Plus, he does other things like podcasts and streams. It's all around just great content creator.
Very nice. Is there a favorite project that he's done that you like?
He has a series that he does called Scary Game Squad with three other YouTubers, where basically they've had alcohol to drink, which they make very, very clear, and then they play a scary game. But the four of them, they're massive nerds. They're all about gaming lore.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you know the game Until Dawn?
Yes.
So obviously it's like the kind of slasher horror trope, but it's very, very good. They guessed the plot within the first episode.
Nice.
They were joking and laughing. They went, "Oh, I bet there'll be Wendigos," and sure enough, there were Wendigos, and they lost their when they found out it was Wendigos, they lost their minds. It was so funny. So that's one of my favorite projects to this date.
What does the Pokemon community to you, and where do you see it today, and where would you like to see in the future?
So I'm not that long into the Pokemon community in respect to things. I mean, I've played Pokemon all my life, but I only really got into the community about the end of 2015, so almost 2 years, when I went to the Symphonic Evolutions concert in London, and that's where I met, for the first time, I met Duncan and Callum, and, well, you know the rest of the story from there, obviously. So at the very moment, it means a lot to me, because I'm quite invested in it. I've met a lot of really interesting people. I met my girlfriend for the Pokemon community as well. So it does mean a lot to me. It does my life kind of revolve around it. Sorry, if I can get the words out there. As far as where it is right now, I don't know. The Pokemon community is an iffy place. There's always things going on. I mean, at this very moment, this point in time, there's nothing really bad ongoing at the very moment. But there is always drama, whether it's from certain YouTubers whose name I'm not going to mention, or just people complaining at VGC competitions. I don't know. It all comes down to the people that are in the community. It's a very big community, and because of that, there's always going to be some people that don't always get along with others, and that can cause issues sometimes in divisions. I would like to see it in the future where basically people just come together. People that have their own YouTube channels, they can just do their own thing. If they're not particularly fond of someone, then that's fine. Just no need to say it to their face. I don't like you because you're annoying or anything like that. I would like to just see a place where we're all just there's no drama. Drama's one thing that's really bad on YouTube and bad on any community. I'd like to see a world without drama if possible. I think that's very unlikely, given the nature of certain YouTubers who we won't mention. But
I have no clue who you're talking about.
No clue whatsoever. No clue whatsoever. But that would be the dream if it could happen. It'd be a very nice place at that point.
All right, wonderful. So next question is a triple threat, and that is, what is your favorite route/area, music, and character from Pokemon?
Oh god. So I tend to ramble on with my answers, Mike. So this could go on for a while.
That's
so.
Fine.
I am a musician. So music's a big one for me. So I'll come to that one last. You know what? No, I'll go with it first. Actually, can no. So my favorite piece of music from the games or from the universe would be National Park from the Johto region. It's a very nice piece of music, very relaxing, very calm. And then I heard it at the Symphonic Evolutions with a full orchestra. And it was the most uplifting, inspiring piece of music I've heard in a long time. And it just waves of nostalgia. It's made me fall in love with that piece of music all over again. So I'm going to have to go with that there, definitely. In regards to my favorite area, that is a very, very tough one. Good God, I'm just trying to think. So it's a bit of a weird one. I'm gonna go with Sinnoh, Jubilife City. Now, the reason why I'm going with Jubilife City, of all places, one, there's a little bit of music in there, which I like.
Okay.
Two is because when Pokemon first of all came to Nintendo DS, it was quite a massive jump. But the Sinnoh region, when you get to Jubilife City, it's a big bustling city, but everything's just kind of quite nice and calm. The music in the background is very slow and just relaxing. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of made me think that Sinnoh was like no other region. It's just a bit of a more kind of down to earth. Everything's quite chill and quite calm, as opposed to the chaos of Hoenn. Hoenn I thought was very busy. There's a lot going on in Hoenn. Mm-hmm. Same with Johto and Kanto as well. It just kind of stuck with me. I don't know why. It was quite a different turn from the Pokemon game. Rather than just frantic battles everywhere, crazy Pokemon, all these amazing plot lines and whatnot. Just a big city. It's pretty chill. Just take it easy. Just chill out. I'll give that for favorite area. Yeah, definitely. As far as character goes, oh my god. Oh my god.
Too many to choose from, or
there's many bad characters in Pokemon, but there are also many interesting ones as well. I'm fond of a few. Like I'm quite fond of like Professor Sycamore, Professor Oak, Lance from the Pokemon League. I quite like N because N's character was very, very different. There was a lot behind N's character. It wasn't very open and shut. Mm-hmm. Like he's the bad guy because he's bad. He was a boy that was manipulated and turned into a bad person, but he's not actually a bad person. He's got a lot of backstory to his character. He's probably one of the most flushed out or most in-depth characters in all of the universe. So I'll go with N from Black and White and Black and White 2. Definitely N.
Is there an animal or object you see made into a Pokemon?
Okay, there's not one that I can think of that I would want, but there's one that I can imagine they might go down the route of, which if they do will be very, very annoying, is if they made a smartphone Pokemon.
No.
I can imagine them doing something like that maybe at some point.
Robin 2.0.
Something like that, yeah. I imagine that would bring in maybe younger audiences who have grown up with these all their life, which obviously I never did. I don't know if you did, Mike.
Not really.
Yeah, so I think we're of similar sort of age range, but so there's none that I can think of that I thought, yeah, that'd be a good idea. But I could see them maybe doing that. More inanimate objects.
I'd cry alone inside if that happened. All right. After that hilarious question, so I think this will be pretty decisive, which is, what game is your favorite, and what game do you think is the best? And it could be a core game or a side game.
So I've got two. I'll give you one from the main series and I'll give you a side game. Main
Okay.
series is going to be Emerald from Hoenn. That's the first game. Well, that's the game where I discovered what a Nuzlocke was.
Mm.
And I do a lot of Nuzlocks to the point where if I'm playing Pokemon, I can only now play a Nuzlocke because I find it interesting. So that was the first game I ever did it on. I saw Mariland, another YouTuber, play Pokemon Emerald with Nuzlocke, and I was like, what's this? They explained the rules, and I was like, that's really interesting. Because at that point, Pokemon was starting to get a little bit stale for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember playing through the game, getting to Petalburg's city, and to the right, just left of that, I caught a Marl, fell in love with it, and it died. And it actually hurt. Like, I was like, oh my god, this has actually hurt me inside. So because of that, I played Hoenn quite a lot, just doing that Nuzlocke over and over again, just to try and get it done perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of fallen in love with Hoenn at that point. One of my favorite. Very, very close second is Gen 4 for Sinnoh. Very, very, very close second.
Okay.
And as far as side game goes, I've got a joint one. I've got Pokemon Snap on the N64, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then the Pokemon Coliseum two games, the Pokemon Coliseum games, they're amazing as well. Such a different Pokemon story. Very dark, very interesting as well.
And what game do you think is the best? Personal opinion.
My personal opinion, I'd probably say Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, the second of the Coliseum ones, because it's so different. It's very, very different, but not in a bad way. It's actually a very, very good game.
Kind of fix up some of the issues from Coliseum.
Yeah, it flushed out Coliseum more. The only issue with Coliseum is that there was not many Pokemon. That was the only big issue with Coliseum. And XD completely flushed it out. They've added tons more Pokemon, and they carried on the story. They included old characters. They had Myra B, who is an absolute legend now in the Pokemon franchise.
And his music.
His music is incredible. But yeah, XD it took everything that was good about Coliseum and made it better.
Why, in your opinion, is Pokemon so interesting, both as a person and a content creator?
I don't know. It's one of those things that came out in the 90s where I don't know if it was at that point in particular, but collecting things like collectible like card games and like action figures and all that were a big deal. So when Nintendo had their Game Boy, which was already a very popular console, and they brought out Pokemon, where you collect monsters and you go for a story and you fight them and you can trade your friends and battle your friends, but through a games console that you can carry with you anywhere. That, I think, just kind of took everyone by storm. Because the fact was, like, you could like collect, like, I don't know, like baseball cards in America, and you could trade them. That was it, and they're baseball cards. This is a game where you actually spend hours and hours. You can take it anywhere with you. You can name your own characters. You choose how they fight, and it put a lot of kind of dependence and ownership on the individual person playing it. And I think that's why it kind of became so popular. And obviously over the years, it's stayed there. It's always been around in people's lives. Like me, I'm 21. Pokemon's always been in my life now. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's just always stuck with me. It's one of the oldest, it's probably the oldest thing that I can remember enjoying as a young child. I don't know. I think that's got to be it. I'm pretty sure that's got to be it. It's just how it stuck with everyone and how it was taking something that was already done by a lot of people, collecting things and trading things, but they just kind of amplified it by about 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And into the game console world, which obviously was back then gaming was still getting very big. It was a very, very popular thing with the NES coming out in the 80s and whatnot.
You don't make only Pokemon content on your channel. What is or was your favorite project that you worked on?
Oh god. So, well, the first video that I ever put on my channel, or the first series that I ever put on my channel, shall I say, the first video on my channel is a 10-second video, Pokemon Sun confirmed. I'm in Callum's flat or apartment. He's got a letter just come from the mail. The envelope's got a sun on it, and it's me just running up to that letter and going, Pokemon Sun confirmed. That's the first video on my channel. For a while, it was the most popular video on my channel. But the first series I did was a Skyrim Let's Play, and it was a role play where I very loosely made a character, He was a dark elf. His name was Ed. Gave him a persona, gave him some kind of backstory, and then played the game as him, kind of drifting in and out of character and whatnot. So he... I don't know if you've played Skyrim, but the Dark Elf race, people are sometimes a bit racist towards them. So I made his character, quite angry about racism. And so anytime somebody would like comment something on like his appearance or like about Dark Elves, he would get angry and then get into a fight, and I'd literally start fighting people at random. Just stuff like that. I find that very, very fun. It was difficult to do because it requires a lot of thinking and a lot of planning. Like, right, what am I going to do this episode? I tried to revive it with another character. Similar sort of thing. I tried to make that a bit more of a serious let's play, a role play where I stayed in character the whole time, but it wasn't as good. I would love to try and do it again, bring it back, and plan it out a lot more, because I think it could be quite fun. Because of the people that did watch it, they really enjoyed it. For instance, Duncan Knee Deep, he says that he really enjoyed that playthrough. He thought it was one of the funniest things he's seen in a while, which was just quite a lot of good praise. So I'd like to bring that back at some point, I think. Right. More kind of in-character role plays.
Sounds pretty cool. All right. So our last question is, we're going to be playing a little bit of a game. So have you heard of F, Marry, Kill?
Yes. Where are we going with this?
So instead, we're going to play Follow, PC, Faint.
Okay.
So
Thank God.
So this being, I'm going to randomly generate 3 Pokemon, and of those 3, you're going to say which Pokemon you'd want to have like follow you, kind of Heart Gold, Soul Silver style, which Pokemon you catch but leave in the PC, and which Pokemon you wouldn't even bother catching and you just faint them.
Oh, okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to generate randomly a couple times, get it all mixed up. And so our choices are Durant.
Okay.
Togetic.
Okay.
And Dugong.
Oh, I love Dugong. Okay. Oh, what's the difficult one? So, I mean, this is difficult. So the ones that could physically follow you would be Durant and Togetic, because Togetic can fly, which would be quite cute, him just flying behind you. And Durant, you've got a big metal bug. Dugong can't really follow you. As awesome as that would be,
like a fish tank put on wheels or something.
Yeah, true. Or you know how sea lions, like if you ever seen sea lions like on a beach, they kind of bob their stomach up and down and then they hop along. So because of that, actually, I'm going to say Dugong follow, because I want to have just a sea lion just bouncing up and down behind me. So we got follow for Dugong. God. It then comes down to who would I not catch. I would probably say it's very difficult, because I would say I don't want to catch Togetic, because Togetic's not very strong. However, it is very cute. Durant's very strong, but not very cute.
So do you want to go for cuteness or strength?
I'm gonna say Durant would not be caught, and I would box the Togetic.
All right.
I think Dugong, just a bouncing sea lion, is quite funny.
Yeah, that would be hilarious watching a Dugong like bounce down the street. That's going to wrap up this episode of Interviews with PokeTubers. I want to thank Angus for taking his time out of his day to do this interview with me.
Well, thank you very much for having me. It was good fun. Enjoyed it.
Excellent. And thank you guys so much for watching, and stay super fantastic.